Hello everybody, welcome back to Road to Master. Hope you're all having an amazing day. We are back at it again with the 10-minute rapid. We're back on the grind, looking for some wins, I guess. We are a bit lower than where we left off. 1871 is the current standing, so 3 or 4 games away. Not horrible, not horrible. And we played here the Modern against D4. This would have been nice to get our anti-London set up, but to be honest, at the minute I'm focusing more on just playing well. I think just having a clear-cut game, no messing about, just playing solid. I think that's the way to go, to be honest. You know, just doing what it takes to win, because I don't think I'm at the level anymore where I can rely on these cheap tricks that I potentially might have been relying on before. Anyway, I don't know the Modern particularly well. I know some themes just from playing it against White. I played the Pseudo-Austrian. You could sort of call it a 4-pawn sort of thing. But F4 usually, and I've turned it into more recently a Grand Prix style attack, which is always good. Can I do this? Push E5, takes. Ah, no, there is no fork there. Yeah, that looks like an opportunity. An opportunity, let's say. How do we go about doing that? How do we go about doing that indeed? Because at the minute, I mean, we don't have anything to support the E-push anyway, so I think we just have to focus on getting castled, to be honest. Where we put our knight is a big question. I think it has to go to F6. There's no point putting the knight on E7 because it's sort of blocking this escape square if they go for a D-push. I would like to get an E5 push in, going into potentially more King's Indian style territory. But yeah, I'm happy with this. They have done a London setup, which is not my favourite to go against. I find it incredibly hard. Not hard. What's the word? I don't even know the word, to be honest. Just solid, let's say. We'll castle kingside, by the way. I don't think we fancy castling queenside with a C4 already primed. But yeah, it's hard to probe. They're not looking for any pushes. They want to keep their setup the way they set it up, basically, and they don't really want to change it. So we're left sort of asking the questions on what we do with these sort of central pawns, and that's always sort of something I've struggled with, sort of deciding which breaks to go for, and so. I think we're probably priming up for an E-push because C4's blocking the way for D. If we wanted an isolated queen pawn, it wouldn't be the end of it. It's probably actually more of a Carlsbad structure than anything. We have good pressure on this E3 pawn if we wanted to go for the D break. I think tactically the E break's probably our better shout, though. We could here go knight E7, I think. There's realistically no pressure surrounding this. And then we're looking to play like a more King's Indian style setup. I wonder if E5 first is the way to go. I don't think so, to be honest. There is still no E4 because of this pesky knight here. And the bishop can take the knight as well. So maybe we just play a H6. E4 takes, then what? Is the question. They've got potential spots for knight D5, which I'm not a fan of. So maybe just a H6 here. No, I like knight E7. I like it. It may not be the best choice, but I think it's quite tight. You know, it keeps things tight. We're still controlling a lot of the breaks. Whichever way they decide to go for it. So I'm sort of happy with this position. I don't want to say it's an amazing position because, again, I don't know the Modern back to front. But it seems solid enough. seems solid enough, which I think is all that matters, really. The question is, what do we do here now? What do we do here now? C6 is a potential option, although I do want to sort of keep this C pawn nearby if we have to. What are they looking for? A H4, H5 takes sort of thing. Maybe a King H8 could work. No, I don't think there's a need for that. Knight there doesn't really do much for us. E5 is not really an idea anymore. Maybe knight E7 wasn't the best idea. Maybe it wasn't the best idea. D5. D5 this knight takes is an option. Then play a C3. They're going to have to commit with an E4 at some point. And that does sort of take us into that Carlsbad structure. So I think that's not bad, you know. I think that's not bad. We're having a bit of trouble potentially with this bishop, but I think if E takes, that's sort of fine. And then we want to play a C6 at some point as well, which is you know, quite tidy. And the Carlsbad is sort of defined by this little thing here. You've got the black chain going this way and the white chain going this way, and you don't usually have these pawns, so you've got no obvious sort of breaks in the structure, which is potentially good and bad. Do I want to take with the knight first? Am I worried about knight b5 if pawn takes? With the option of there, I think I probably do want to take this first. Oh, I really don't want to miss up the opportunity to free up this bishop, though. I really don't. So probably takes and then knight there. We could even do takes and then push is an option. I actually quite like that, to be fair. I'm a bit worried about the knight coming on e5, but after this knight moves somewhere eventually, h6, maybe back to h7, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. We could even potentially look for a rook takes e5 if the knight goes to e5, although that's a very, very long shot, to be honest. I don't think that's concrete at all. Yeah, I hope you're all having a good day. I have been... Ooh, that's interesting. 1 second. These queen b3 moves always puzzle me. Just bishop there. I could even leave it. That would be somewhat, wouldn't it? Whew. No, it's got to be like a bishop c6 then. Yeah, it's got to be, right? And then we're happy with b takes. Are we happy with b takes? It loads up a c5, but then they do have the open file. Yeah. Rook b8 here works. Rook b8, yeah. And then we're threatening like an a6. Just kick this bishop out. Oh, they go for it. Wow. So we have this open file, which is a source of play, potentially. But we do have to reconfigure these knights a bit. We really need to deal with this bishop. And maybe just get this knight outwards this way. Maybe get this knight this way. Although I do like it covering the c-pawn. I must admit I do like it covering the c-pawn. But I'm not a big fan of it blocking in the rook. Queen there hitting this pawn. I don't see why we can't just go rook b7 and chill. They're not really doing anything with that other than the cheap pawn hit there. And we could even think about trading off. Is interesting with a queen d6, pawn takes, and then look for an immediate c5. Takes them something. And that's stopping knight e5 as well, which is very interesting. I actually quite like that. It's a bit more flexible than the doubled c-pawn. Bit more flexible. And you still have this knight here covering. So that's quite tidy. And now we can get the rook out doubled, which fixes our sort of problem surrounding this knight. And we're sort of free to move this knight up to e4, potentially even back this way, supporting the c5 push. I quite like it. I guess. Yeah. Queen there again. Not really doing much. Not really doing much at all. I quite like rook b8 here. What are you threatening? Knight there. Knight there, I guess. Right? So maybe we do a... kick the bishop out? No, I don't want to give the bishop this. I really want to go queen b4. How do we do that, though? I don't think we can. This knight's not doing anything. This knight's not doing anything. Sound. Yeah. And then just drop this back. No, bishop takes, queen takes. We lose control of this. We're threatening to take. We're threatening to go queen b4 if this knight doesn't go to e5. If the knight does go to e5, we have to rethink some things. But that's the least of our worries, I think. We're also now threatening knight e4 with takes. Yeah, they retreat. They retreat. Probably smart from them. Cool. Immediate c5 is an option. I do like keeping this open file, though. I am a big fan of that. I need to get rid of this bishop, but I don't want the bishop here. Ah, we just got a knight there, then. Then hit the bishop, then force bishop takes, and we can move this knight back. Yeah, I quite like that. I don't think I'm blundering anything. Hopefully not. Takes, I'm fine with either knight takes or pawn takes. Probably pawn takes, right? And then you potentially even win this. We do leave the double isolated, but yeah, they're on an open file. We're running very low on time as well. Very, very low on time. We got to speed up proper. 2 minutes. It's not horrible time, but it's definitely, there's definitely a lot of play left in the position. So we're just going to go here, get rid of this bishop, and chill, basically. We're not going to push too hard. Oh, you go there? That's interesting. Didn't see that. Just go there. Probably better to there, right? That's probably better. There. Ooh. Okay. Probably queen d8. Probably queen d8. Get this knight back. Go there. Knight there. Bishop there. There. Knight there probably actually works. And then you can double up the knights on here. Or even on here and threaten this pawn. With the fork as well if they push. That's quite a tidy idea. And then again we get this c takes d. I think that's a solid plan. I think that's a very solid plan. We have to watch out. No, we don't have to watch out about that. Go there. What are you threatening? Not much. There, there. Just go there, right? Seems sound. Queen takes to save the pawn is key. You go there. Okay. Well, then yeah, I just go here. Knight back. Yeah, even knight there works. Rook there works. Then we still have this. Oh, so they go there. Now we're really threatening this. I like it. I like it. Bishop there works. Threatening to take this pawn as well. Knight there, rook b5 is the way to go. Rook takes, probably. Whoa. What's that doing? Oh, fork. Interesting. Well, I just take, right? Takes. I get the exchange. Go there, and then takes. Queen there. Queen there, rook there, right? Yeah. That works. I'm up a pawn, so I can afford to potentially lose a pawn. 50 seconds. 50 seconds. Takes. And go there. Look to trade off. Threatening this as well. I'll take the bishop first. Oh, that's a terrible move. Oh, no. Other way around is key. We're down a piece. Actually, no, we go there. Tasty. Haha! That's so nice. That's very, very nice. Tricks, 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 tricks. Oh no! Why did I do that? No! Oh, I'm silly. I'm so silly. What is wrong with me? No. What is actually wrong with me? I'm so stupid. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's the time. Oh. Okay, let's have a look. I can't believe it. Ay. I thought we were doing really, really well there. White played apparently a 20. Apparently we got destroyed. Apparently we got really, really destroyed. It must have just been that blunder with the bishop takes. Yeah, I should have just taken the knight. And then actually bishop takes is pinned, I think. Wow, 67% accuracy versus 82.5. I think that's harsh. I think that's very, very harsh. 1600 versus 2100. That's mean. That's mean. I'm not gonna lie. That's very mean. Again, we don't know the modern, but it's cool. It's cool. Apparently, this knight is actually a pretty big mistake. It goes from 0.3 to plus 1.2, which is insane. And the move is e4. I don't see why that's such a big deal. Oh, I guess the pin. But he's not too bad, right? H6. Computer says. And then what's the problem? What's the problem? They just get a big center, I guess. Okay. Fez. D5 is a miss. Again, it wants H6. I didn't want to do that because it just lines up like potential sacrifices, and that's scary, to be honest. That's very scary. I did not fancy that one bit. Did not fancy that one bit. C takes, pawn takes is the move. Oh, and apparently bishop C8 is better. Oh, so then you can go C6 and yeah, you've got the sort of two diagonals here, which is quite nice. You just got more room. In a pretty normal Carlsbad position, I guess. So that's better. Apparently rook b8 is a miss as well. Wow. Because bishop takes is better. Bishop takes just doesn't look nice. Like queen c8, come on. I guess you get the structure either way. But yeah, this is the double up. But I thought we got play on the b file here, to be honest. Again, trade off the queens. I don't see why queen a6 is such a big threat. Just rook b8, right? Why is this so bad? Why is this so bad? It's hating me for this. It really is hating me for this. I don't see what's so scary about it. I really don't. I really don't, to be honest. Yeah, the queen goes back. I'm not sure why the queen went back, to be honest. It was putting up some nice pressure here. Knight f5. I don't really know why. It was to stop the bishop, but the bishop just goes back here, which is something I missed. Apparently takes is better though. I like this plan. I don't know why the computer's not saying it likes the plan. Apparently it does like the plan now. Yeah, I did think knight a4 here was good. I don't. He's just sort of shuffly, really. Probably just rook b4. Inaccuracy. Rook a6, really? That's walking into knight c5 though. Oh no, because the pin. Are you fine with that? That's insane. Really? Really? Oh, the queen's tied down. Yeah, duh. The queen's covering it. Yeah. No, that's actually not that bad. Not that bad. Yeah, we go for this tactic. Takes. This is sketchy. Because we are giving them a fork, but our pressure on the queen is so much better. Yeah, this is not a good move. This is not a good move. You're not keeping the pressure down to my knight and my rook. You need the queen to still be attacking the rook. So the knight can't go ahead and take this. We take it. Not the best move even, apparently. Knight h5 for some reason's better. This is 0.6. And then this is a pretty standard time pressure blunder, I think. We saw it immediately after because of the pin on my queen. We thought maybe we had some tactics here, but the knight check is, yeah, really annoying because it's covered by the pawn, which I saw way too late. So I think this is a good game. You know, it's easy to focus on this blunder. It's very easy to focus on this blunder, but I don't think it's a shock. It's an easy one to make. You want to get rid of the bishop, but seeing that there's two pawns looks like a blockade. You know. So it's easy to, I think it's forgivable, to be honest. I wonder if there's any tactics, but then knight blocks and you can't take it back. So you just got to take the knight. And then in fact, the bishop, like I said, is actually pinned, the pawn's pinned to the rook. So we're actually threatening to win this bishop. Whatever the follow-up is, yeah, it just gets rid of that. And we give back the pawn. Put some pressure on the f pawn. But it's easily defended, and this should be a pretty clean-cut draw. I don't want to say that too soon. I think just a rook b6 is fine, and neither of us have any real pressure, to be honest. Like if I move the rook, you can move your rook. You know, we could potentially trade off queens, and I could try go for the a pawn. But then you take the c pawn, and then your d pawn's making an appearance suddenly, and it's complicated. I think it's complicated. I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it. It's an interesting position, very cramped. But that's the modern for you. I do need to learn it a bit better. But I think that's the direction I'm going with my black openings. I think the modern suits me more. Like the Scandinavian's nice, but it gives white too much play, I think. You know, when I'm white and I play against the Scandinavian, I think I'm in for a good game. You know, I think, yeah, even when they play knight c3, although I don't particularly enjoy playing against it, I think I have the advantage straight away. So I think that's why I need to switch to something more solid, like the modern. Where I just focus on development, focus on getting a nice position, and then play solidly from there. Then again, that does require me to not blunder and actually play solidly as well. But anyway, first game back after a little break. Our rating's taken a bit of a hit, but we will definitely get back there. You know, if we keep playing good like this. And I do think we played well today, although the computer is being very mean and not giving us an advantage at all. I think we played well. And I think against a human, they might evaluate the game slightly different. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like if you liked. Please subscribe if you really liked. And I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Bye-bye.